Hello and welcome back to the Gauntlet of Greatness. I'm Randy Buehler, and it is time for Group C. I've got the Mythic Conscription deck here. So this deck, this is a Jace the Mind Sculptor deck, and it's Heart of Hearts. That is by far the most powerful card in the deck. But the other thing that this has going on is it's a pretty nice ramp deck. Noble Hierarch, Bird of Paradise, Lotus Cobra with fetch lands are designed to fuel Sovereigns of Lost Alara as quickly as possible. So it's 6 mana, but if you've got like a leftover Bird of Paradise or something, you can ramp this out pretty quickly. You can attack, and then you go get Eldrazi Conscription. Bang! +10/+10, trample. Annihilator doesn't kick in on the turn where you get it out there, because by the time you get it into play, it doesn't have time to trigger that turn. But I mean, if the game goes another turn, you're annihilating them. Usually, though, the big bird plan is good enough. The deck has also got Elspeths for extra Planeswalker brokenness, Knight of the Reliquary. It's just a really sort of solid, ramp with aggressive threats deck. I mean, I don't know whether Jace counts as Plan A or Sovereigns of Lost Alara counts as Plan A, but whatever. Both a very good Plan A and a very good Plan B. The deck that I'm going to be playing against this week is Jund. I mean, this deck has been around in various forms. It was good in Standard. It's been good in Modern. I keep banning things in Modern, and it stays good. I mean, Bloodbraid Elf is probably the best individual card, but really it's all value, right? Bituminous Blasts and Bloodbraid Elves go and get something else in addition. I mean, the curve is not ideal. I mean, if I'll do the mana cost sort, you can see it's a little light on the 2-drops, right? It's really just a Putrid Leech, and the 1-drop is really just, well, it comes into play tap land is what it really is. But if you get the mana built up, the value just keeps coming. Blightning's at 3. Thrinax it's really hard to attack through Sprouting Thrinax. And then you hit the Bloodbraids and the Garrix and Siege Gang and Bituminous Blast, and it's just value, 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 value. So I don't know how this matchup plays out. I'm actually I haven't played it specifically, so I'm interested to see. I don't know. I think Mythic has the advantage. I mean, I think that it's just Jace is more powerful than anything that Jund's got going on, but it's not like Jund is about the power level of individual cards, right? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Definitely want to play first. It's probably a nice... All right, so... yeah, Bird into Lotus Cobra. I'm sure this is a keeper. Question is, like, in order to play birds on turn 1, I have to crack this fetch lands, which is, I don't love doing with this Lotus Cobra, but it's got to be the right play, right? I mean, otherwise, I'm debating between Cobra and Bird on turn 2. I don't know. It's possible that there's some subtle line where the Lotus Cobra my turn 3 is better if I'm cracking a fetch land with Lotus Cobra, but it's hard for me to argue with. Turn 1 Bird of Paradise. Yeah, I mean, I'm set up for turn 3 Elspeth this way. And if I draw a fetch land, then I've got turn 4 Sovereigns, I guess. Is he going to bolt? That is the other thing that I knew could happen here. Oh, Verdant Catacombs. You can't get red mana off that. I don't think there's... yeah, he doesn't have fetch lands. Fetch lands in the Ravnica lands really only overlapped in Modern. Not really... none of these standard decks get to do that. Alright, so... I'm clearly going to play the Lotus Cobra. I get a mana. By playing one of these comes into play tap lands, but I don't actually have anything to do with it. So, whatever. Next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 mana. Fetch land would let me play Sovereigns. Though realistically, I'm going to be settling for Elspeth. Still, the draw feels faster than what Jund can do. Ooh, Mana Leak. That's a good card. Can I leave up Mana Leak somehow? 1, 2, 3. I can get 5 mana. No, I cannot realistically leave up Mana Leak. Not if I want to play something. Surely I want to play something. Yeah. Don't I just put Elspeth into play? What's he going to do to me on turn 3? Worst case, he plays a Lightning and just discard the Mana Leak to that. It's not a catastrophe. I think I'd rather get Elspeth into play. Play comes in and play tapped land because I can get the mana this way. For Elspeth. I think 1/1s are better than Flying Lotus Cobras. I don't know. Is that clear? We'll make one. Now the Jund deck really kicks in. Turn 3. Well, he hasn't shown me red mana yet. I mean, that is the other fragility of this. Okay. Dragon Scale Summit. Oh, but he's got no play? What is he doing with this turn 3? Now what? I just play Sovereigns, right? I have 6 mana. He can kill the creature. How does the timing of this work with removal spells? If a creature attacks alone, he can kill it as response to the trigger. And I can only put the aura onto the card that is attacking. Still. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I think I just have to make his life as difficult as possible. I mean, he's going to have to kill all my stuff. So I think I just make that hard. Attack with the soldier. So if he does kill it, I have a better creature back. Hilariously. Maybe I should have given something +3/+3 in order to fetch out his lightning bolt. I think he's got terminates though. I mean, if he can't kill this, I just win. And if he can kill this, yeah, I still have... I still just get to do this next turn with Mana Leak backup, so... Feeling okay. Yeah, I think maybe I should have given somebody +3/+3 to bait the lightning bolt before the attack phase. And then I would have been a lot more likely to get that to resolve there. Yeah, I think we'll play it that way this turn. No reason not to play a Hierarch, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. If I want to play Knight and Mana Leak. Okay, fine. Does that Exalted Trigger actually do anything? 4, 10, let's see. That gets to 15, 16. No, I don't kill him. Oh, I do kill him. So, how does this work? Do I need the 1? 15. +3/+3 makes this guy into 5 power. Getting Eldrazi Conscription would make it 15. Exalted Trigger, yeah, this Exalted Trigger is actually relevant. I think I can literally kill him this turn. With the 2 Exalted Triggers and the Eldrazi Conscription. And if he does have Terminate, I have a Mana Leak. 17? Take 17? Take 17! I gotta feel like winning the die roll is good. And the Jund deck can start slow, right? It's got to get 3 colors of mana, and the curve is not awesome. It feels like that's how I beat him there. All right, what am I doing? Celestial Purge, kill some of his stuff. I don't think Permission is the way to fight a deck with half a dozen Cascade cards. Oh, this guy seems good. Blightning me? Sure. What's bad against him, though? I don't know that any of these things are bad. I mean, maybe Mana Leak isn't awesome. Again, because it doesn't really stop Cascade. I don't know how good these Explorers are. Yeah, I don't love using Permission to fight against Cascade deck. I mean, I felt decent having 1 lying around there if I can get a board advantage, but I feel like I want all my cards to be as good as I can on their own. Do I need removal? Thrynax is annoying without this. Yeah. Let's just try it with no permission. That way I can just basically tap out and get as much stuff onto the board as possible. I don't know. I don't have a ton of experience with this deck, but it makes sense to me. We'll see how it plays. Get all my colors. I'm not happy to have Conscription in my hand, but it's a turn 3 Jace draw. I guess I want green mana. Yeah, I need green mana next turn. All right. Green mana comes into play tapped. Play Lotus card. I guess I need a land that comes into play untapped in order to actually play turn 3 Jace off this draw. Still. Lightning me? Lightning me would be pretty hilarious. And it's kind of afraid of the lightning bolt. What are you going to do? It's kind of expensive. Ooh, he's stuck on 2. He is stuck on 2. Kind of wish I had a Mana Leak right now. What are you going to do? Is it 7? No 4th mana. Sure. Did I just save him the trouble of discarding? I did. Noodle fight. They're both just going to sit here and stare at each other until somebody draws a land. Now he is discarding. Jeez. Crazy. I need to start attacking him with this 3. All right, Colonnade. So I have stuff. I have Jay's next turn. Yeah, I can't cast anything. Those Balos would have been better as Mana Leaks, maybe? Doesn't actually look like it matters. He's still stuck on 2 lands. And yeah, I get to start casting Jaces. Oh, do I just... I do him, don't I? I mean, if I here, then I'm going to have to discard. And I am delighted to put lands on the bottom of his library. Blightning, you can draw a Blightning. Put this card on the bottom? No. I'm delighted if you cast Blightning. I even have Jace out of range of the damage now. Well, not much of a game here. It's interesting though. This This Mythic deck is going to go to 2-0 here, sure looks like. Of course, I would love some land. I think I'm supposed to do me. Anyway, this Mythic deck is going to go to 2-0 here, which is... It's looking good. Like, I felt like this does not have the reputation of being one of the best decks in the history of Standard. I'm not even sure it has the reputation of being the best Jace deck. I think Caw-Blade has that title. But it just keeps winning. I should brainstorm and look for my own land rather than potentially put his land away, right? Yeah, because I can't do anything with this draw otherwise. Great. Wish I had a reshuffle, but what are you going to do? All right, so now I have to pick. Oh, I should have gone Lotus Cobra first. I was thinking I was going to do the bird and the knight, but I should have done the Lotus Cobra so I can get a 1 mana profit on mana. In fact, do I want the Cobra or the bird? I know there's no land in the top 2 cards, so I'm going to take the bird. Excellent. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can Sovereigns him. I know there's an Eldrazi conscription in the top, so I think I'm going to reshuffle before Jace. I mean, a bolt here is annoying, but yeah, I already went through 2 of them. Just a matter of finishing him off now. Sure. Cool. Well, sort of. Not really a good game of Magic, but this deck just seems powerful. I mean, both of these plans are very, very good plans. The Jace value plan, the ramp into Sovereigns plan. Result, kind of a blowout matchup. Sorry about that, Shadow.
Yeah, this deck wouldn't have beaten anything with those 2 draws.
Yeah, so, I mean, the second one, it just felt like you got stuck on 2, and I even talked about that when I was setting up the match ahead of time, right? Your deck has to get to 3 mana. The curve isn't awesome. It plays a ton of lands. Like, it's really unusual for it to get stuck on 2 for that long, given how many lands it plays. What was the first draw? You were just flooded?
Yeah, the first draw was just flooded. Like I had what I thought would be fine. Like it was a little bit heavy on lands, but then land.
Wow.
So
clearly the deck needs a more in-between amount of land.
A more in-between amount of land would have been a more entertaining matchup. It's true.
All right. Well, Jund is still so if seeds play out, Jund's probably playing for a top 8 spot next week is what happens. I mean, next week we do this group. Still in it, but the Mythic deck's looking very good. All right. Well, that was a quick one here on the Gauntlet of Greatness. Stay tuned. We'll bring you some more right after this.